Hey, entrepreneurs, I'm speaking to you. If you happen to be a conscious leader who puts people before profits and understands that people lead to profits, I want to awaken your leadership and I want to talk today about entrepreneur as being a form of spiritual entrepreneurship. I think you know what entrepreneurship is. You can call yourself an entrepreneur if you run a business or if you make money in your business endeavor. Have you ever really thought about being a conscious spiritual entrepreneur? Now, maybe you've been thinking about starting a social enterprise. Maybe you've heard the term spiritual entrepreneur. Maybe entrepreneur is new to you. Maybe you're wondering, what the heck does all of this mean? So, no worries. That's why I wanted to do a video to explain this. If you want to be more of a entrepreneur, a spiritual entrepreneur, I want to explain spiritual entrepreneurship, which is what we are and what we stand for here at Entrepreneur. In a nutshell, being a spiritual entrepreneur, a entrepreneur, is about allowing yourself to become the creator's instrument in improving the lives of people around you. Now, some people may define this as an endeavor that puts people over profits. My gut and my feeling is you're here to make a difference in the world. No matter the definition, it's all clear to me. Spiritual entrepreneurship, entrepreneur, is about serving the creator, whatever you call that for yourself, and serving people. Traditional entrepreneurship focuses on making profits. A spiritual business is geared towards improving humanity as a whole. Now, that might sound relatively new to you. The concept of spiritual entrepreneurship has been around literally since human beings began worshiping a higher power, what I call the creator. From the poorhouses in ancient times to the charitable organizations today in our modern world, spiritual entrepreneurship, being a entrepreneur, literally has been changing the world since time. Now, currently, there's no consensus to what qualifies an endeavor into spiritual entrepreneurship. In fact, there's really no need to run a business or a money-making venture to be a spiritual entrepreneur, because the whole point of spiritual entrepreneurship, entrepreneur, is not to make money. It's to make the world a better place. There's a good chance you are already a spiritual entrepreneur and you might not even realize it. So let me explain what being a spiritual entrepreneur entails. I said earlier that being a spiritual entrepreneur is about making life better for other people. There's actually more to being a spiritual entrepreneur, and that entails finding your purpose and then helping others find theirs, using your talents to benefit the people around you and putting other people's welfare over yours, dedicating your life to serving others and inspiring others and leading by example, forgoing profits to help others. Now, if you think that you can do these things that I've been messaging and mentioning here, then you're ready to really embrace spiritual entrepreneurship and entrepreneur. I want to cover a couple of things before you embark on your spiritual business. Now, if you're starting a spiritual business or converting to one, it's going to differ from that of a traditional business. So let me explain some of the things that spiritual entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs actually know. First, a spiritual business doesn't necessarily mean you do spiritual work. I don't. I'm a business consultant. Sometimes when people hear the word spiritual business, they're like, oh, it's a healer or a spiritual coach or a tarot card reader. No. If your business is one that does the things I mentioned above, you can be a spiritual business. It's not limited to spiritual work. I don't technically do spiritual work. So go back to where I just spoke a few minutes ago in the video and I defined spiritual entrepreneurship. Remember, it's an endeavor that's geared towards making a difference in the world. Now, There are many types of businesses that meet this definition, even mine, business consulting, right? Let's look at some others. A nonprofit school could be a great example. That could be a spiritual business. Certainly, organic farms, farmers, any business, literally, can be a entrepreneur spiritual business. Don't worry if you're not personally connected to spirit or your own self sense of spirit, because if your goal is to really make the world a better place, you're a spiritual entrepreneur in my book. You're a entrepreneur passing it forward. Now, I want to manage your expectations a little bit. One of the things that you need to remember is that most people are transactional. They equate business with financial freedom. And financial success is not always guaranteed in business, especially in a business where you are really wanting to make a large difference. So, really get this point. There's a main difference between traditional, which I call transactional, and spiritual, heart centered entrepreneur businesses. And the latter is not profit oriented. So, most of the time, you're not focused on profit. Did I get a profit for my efforts? And if you're not financially stable yet, it's okay. You might want to have a second, more stable source of income as you're building your entrepreneur based business. The third point is really take a look at your products and your services and make sure they're truly in line with your passion. The secret to success in any kind of business, in my experience, is passion, especially for entrepreneur, spiritual based business, because it's not just about financial rewards. And there are times in business when, the going gets tough, as they say, and your passion sustains you and it moves you through with ease and with grace. That's why you have to ensure that the products, the services, whatever it is that you're offering, that they actually align with your passion. Because there's going to be some days when you feel like, oh, man, this is just a difficult day. Maybe I should just give up. It's not working. And if you really love what you do, you always find a reason to keep on going. The fourth point is I want you to envision your goals. Ask yourself, what is it that I truly want to achieve by running this entrepreneur spiritual based business? Envision the goals that you want to set for your business. Where is it that you want to take this business enterprise? Maybe take a look at 10 years from now. Your answers to these questions, they're truly going to help you and guide you in making decisions. Let me ask you this question. Is being an entrepreneur, a spiritual based business, truly for you? Starting a business, running a business, spiritual or not, is not a walk in the park. And it can be a little bit confusing for those who are very spiritual as entrepreneurs. Let's face it, changing the world is not an easy task, especially today's world. And it's not done in one day either. And it's not done alone. So be patient. Take it one step at a time. Trust the creator, whatever you call that higher power, and focus on your goals. In my experience, one day it will all fall into place. I am currently seeking 1,000 spiritual, heart-based entrepreneurs. Because if I can light you up and help you, one of you at a time, and 1,000 of you, and each of you can help 1,000 more people, do the math. That's how true transformation happens. This is what Entrepreneur stands for. Yes, I'm a business consultant. I am a spiritual entrepreneur. If this resonates with you, if you feel the calling, then I invite you to not only join our community, to be active in our community if you're already here. To step up to the plate. Let's change the world together. I would like you to impact 1,000 people. Perhaps it's by sharing this message. I'm truly here to help you. With love. Bye now.